I think you may have forgotten the importance and the magnitude of what you're doing by walking with God. So I'm going to remind you, because the Spirit has moved me to make this video, because this is going to reach exactly who it needs to. You are breaking generational curses that have plagued your family for generations on generations on generations. God has called you to be the generational curse breaker. And the thing is that the devil knows that you've been appointed, so he's making the battle as hard as he can in hopes that you will fail. The reason that it's not easy for you to follow God, the reason that it's hard for you to truly connect with God, the reason that your spiritual warfare feels so heavy is because the devil knows the magnitude of what you're getting ready to do. There have been chains that have been on you and your loved ones for years and years and years, lineages before you were even around. And don't just hear these words I'm saying, listen. And Jesus has chosen you right now to be the one to break these curses. And the devil knows that more than even you know. You see, the devil believes in a lot of us a lot more than we believe in ourselves. But the devil don't believe in you more than God believes in you. But with what the devil knows, he's going to try to stop you. And that's what he's been trying to do. Why do you think he keeps trying to pull you into sin? Why do you keep thinking he's trying to get you to stay in shame and in guilt and in pain and in confusion and in anxiety and in fear and in worry? And why do you think he's trying to take everything in your life and make it bad when all you want to do is live for God? Why do you think it's getting harder than ever for you to follow God? Why do you think there are certain things that you feel in bondage with? That you never really felt like this before? It is because you are breaking generational curses to save your family and to save lives. And God is preparing you for that and walking you in that. And you are breaking generational curses in the spirit. And the devil sees the power of what you're doing and he's trying to limit you. But you got to remember, you will break these generational curses only by walking with Jesus. You don't have to do anything supernatural overnight. Just keep walking with Jesus. Keep focusing on him. Keep being a prayer warrior. Keep spending time in your word. Keep growing closer to God, and never forget the magnitude of what's happening. And it's not happening by your strength or by your power, but by Christ working within you. And it's only because he chose you. Not because you deserved it. Not because you were worthy. Not because you were a superhero. No, because he chooses who he chooses. And who is the clay to question the potter? God is the potter, we are the clay. And God has decided to mold you into the image of his son. And to save your family, to save your friends, to save people around you. And that's why it's hard. Because nothing worth it in this life is easy. But you got to keep fighting and you got to keep going. And sometimes you got to be made aware of just how great you are. How strong you are. How powerful you are. I know you feel weak. I know there's a lot of times you feel weak. You feel broken. You feel like you're not amounting to others. You don't see the greatness in your own path. But I'm here to remind you. If nobody else thought you were worthy, God sent his only begotten son to die for you. Jesus is God's begotten son. We are the inherited children of God. Jesus is the begotten son of God. And he sent his begotten son to die for you. Do you know how valuable you are in the eyes of God? You mean everything to him. And he loves you so much that he's decided to not only bless you and to save you, but he's going to save everything and everybody around you. But you got to understand that if you're favored by God, you're also favored by the devil. And not because the devil is on the team with God. No, because the devil wants to pull you away from God. But lean into your spirit right now. Don't focus on what's happening in front of you. Don't focus on the things you can see. Focus on the invisible but very alive God. And remember that he's working things out in your spirit right now. And all you got to do is keep getting up and seeking him. And eventually it'll all make sense. But your life is hidden in Christ. And your life will not fully be revealed until Christ comes anyway. And I'm saying all of that to say that don't worry about how it's all going to look. Don't worry about the final image of it, the final picture. Just focus on the process. And the only way that you can focus on the process is by focusing on Jesus. You are generational curse breaking. And you might have forgotten that. So I'm here to remind you. Lock in. Souls need saving and God has called you. I know you wasn't ready. I know you ain't asked for all of this. But when you ask to eat and you get a lot on your plate, hey, but God ain't gonna give you nothing that's gonna break you. Everything He gonna give you, it might feel like it's breaking you, but it's all there to build you. Lock in.